Hare Krishna, Gauranga. My name is Caitanya Vallabha. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to be sharing videos every week all about Sankirtan, book distribution, and some general reflections in Krishna consciousness. So today I wanted to share a very special verse, a verse that I chant every day before I start book distribution. And the reason I found this verse was that some years ago I was listening to a lecture by Vijay Prabhu, who is the minister for book distribution in ISKCON. And he was saying that every day he reads the Bhagavad Gita, and that the Bhagavad Gita is his favorite book to read. So one day he said that he was praying and he was meditating upon a verse in the Bhagavad Gita, or trying to find a verse in the Bhagavad Gita that would inspire him in his Sankirtan. And so he found this verse in chapter 13, text 25. I will just read it for you now. Sorry, it's 18.23. Upadrishtanumantacha bhata bhakta maheshwara paramatmetichapyukto dehi smin purusha paraha. Yet in this body there is another, a transcendental enjoyer, who is the Lord, the supreme proprietor, who exists as the overseer and permitter, and who is known as the supersoul. So Vijay Prabhu was saying that he was really inspired by this particular verse because it's saying that Krishna is within everyone's heart as the supersoul. And he is the overseer and he is the permitter. So in other words, he would chant this verse on Sankirtan, on book distribution, and he was praying to the Lord within their heart that, you are the permitter, you are the overseer. If you so desire, you please inspire this person from within the heart to take a book and to give a donation. And so he said he would chant this verse just like japa on the street in between speaking to people. So inspired by that particular verse, I also thought that I would try and find a verse that would inspire me in my Sankirtan and book distribution. So I came across a verse in chapter 18, text 62. Tam eva sharanam gacha sava pavena bharata tat prashada paranshantim stanam prapshashi shashvatam. So Krishna says, O sign of Bharat, surrender unto him utterly. By his grace you will attain transcendental peace and the supreme and eternal abode. So the reason I liked this verse, actually I first started looking for this verse, I was looking for a verse to inspire me in the book marathon. Because the book marathon is a very special time of the year. In fact, one time Keshava Bharati Swami, he said that you can make more advancement in the month of December than you can in the whole year. Just like Kartik usually comes around October, November. So during the month of Kartik, all devotional service that you perform is multiplied by 1,000 times. So therefore, if you take a special vow and you make a special endeavor during Kartik, you can make great advancement. But for me, as a Sankirtan and a devotee and a book distributor, I always felt that even more sacred than Kartik is the sacred month of the Prabhupada Book Marathon. Because it's the time when you can, as Maharaj said, you can make more advancement in that month than you do for the rest of the whole year. And the reason for that is because it's utter surrender. That's what Krishna says, surrender unto him utterly. Surrender unto me utterly. So what does utter surrender mean? Utter surrender means you give everything, your body, your mind, your words, your BMW. So it means you give everything. So the month of December or the Prabhupada Book Marathon, it's a time when you're going out as early as possible, you're finishing as late as possible, you're trying to engage as many souls as possible, you're trying to distribute as many books as possible, you're trying to be as Krishna conscious as possible. And it's a surrender. It's cold, it's dark, it's not a very pleasant month in terms of the material side of things. But actually, in terms of the spiritual side of things, it's the most ecstatic month, because when you fully surrender to Krishna, Krishna says you attain transcendental peace and the supreme and eternal abode, by this utter surrender. Not just surrender, utter surrender. Utter, as I say, it means you give everything. You don't leave anything else. So therefore, I've been chanting this verse now every day for, 10 years or more, every day before I start Sankirtan. And because whenever I start Sankirtan and book distribution, the general tendency of the mind is that you don't want to start. It's hard to start. But at the end of the day, it's impossible to stop. Because the mind is trying to stop us, so it's hard to start. But once you get started and you just surrender utterly to Krishna, you get so much taste. You get the higher taste, and it's so hard to stop at the end of the day. So yeah, this is a wonderful verse that I wanted to share with you. Tam eva sharanam gaccha sava bhavana bharita tat prasada pranshantim stanam prapshashi shashvatam. Surrender unto him utterly. By his grace, you will attain transcendental peace and the supreme and eternal abode. So yes, not only does it bring peace, but Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that there can be no happiness without peace. So whatever we do in life is generally motivated by this desire to want to be happy, right? But Krishna says there's no happiness without peace. And what brings about that peace? Utter surrender. Means putting aside what you want, getting out of your comfort zone. And Sankirtan and book distribution is perfect for that. It's getting out of your comfort zone, and doing what Krishna wants, doing what Srila Prabhupada wants, and then this will ultimately bring you transcendental peace. And not only that, the supreme and eternal abode. It will take us back home, back to Godhead. So please, read this verse, memorize this verse, chant this verse, and especially try and apply this verse in your life every day. It's not only helpful for Sankirtan and book distribution, actually this is a verse to live our life by. At every moment we have the chance to surrender. Are we going to do something for Krishna, or are we going to do something for ourselves? But if we do something for Krishna with utter surrender, it will bring transcendental peace, the supreme and eternal abode, and ultimately we will be blissful in Krishna consciousness. Okay, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends and tune in for the next one. Hare Krishna and Gauranga.